My name is Medea Benjamin. I'm the co-founder of the peace group Code Pink and the human rights group Global Exchange. And I came to DC because I want to be part of history and I want to celebrate. I've, along with my colleagues, have worked very hard the last 8 years to try to stop the worst of the Bush administration's policies and to get us to elect a new leadership. And we're excited about that leadership, and now we feel our role is to make the new administration and the new Congress comply with some of the promises that were made along the campaign trail. So while we're here, we've been giving out these lists of Obama's promises for peace. They include end the war in Iraq, shut down Guantanamo, reject the Military Commissions Act, stop torture, work to eliminate nuclear weapons, hold direct unconditional talks with Iran, and abide by the Senate-approved international treaties. And we've been giving people little pink ribbons that say, "Obama, keep your peace promises," to tie around their fingers or their wrists. And in a way, that's to remind us that we have to continue to work to get Obama, to give him the space to fulfill these promises. So the Yes audience is all about solutions, and we feel that we can move now in the direction of solutions. For example, in the case with Iran, I just returned from Iran, where we sent a delegation as peace ambassadors to say that we are going to push the next administration to have direct talks with Iran. And one of the things we're doing is we found a wind energy company in Iran making turbines. And because of U.S. sanctions, they've pressured the Danish company not to keep doing business with the Iran wind energy company. And the wind energy company is about to go out of business for lack of supplies that they need. So we said this is the perfect thing for us to take on. It shows that we don't want sanctions. It says that we should support clean energy instead of nuclear energy, whether it's in Iran or in the United States. And it gives people a way to directly invest in good diplomacy and green energy in Iran by buying shares in that company. So we're selling shares now for $5. We've created a U.S. subsidiary called Winds of Change. And yes, readers can invest $5, and for that money, you can symbolically be saying yes to diplomacy and yes to green energy. And it's one example of the many things that we're going to be doing to find solutions. One of the things Barack Obama promised was to bring the troops home from Iraq, and I think there is definitely the intention and the will among the American people to see an end to that war, and certainly, yes, readers have been on the forefront of trying to end that war. But there's a more difficult situation, and that's the war in Afghanistan. Along the campaign trail, Barack Obama talked about it as the good war. I don't hear him using those terms anymore, and in fact, what I think is happening behind the scenes is a call for a reassessment of the entire U.S. Situation in Afghanistan. And with the help of, yes, readers and others around this country, I think we can push this new administration to stop looking at sending more troops as a solution, but look at negotiations, UN peacekeepers, women's involvement in peace talks as part of a solution to the very horrible and long war in Afghanistan. So those are a couple of the things that I think we can work on and are now possible that weren't possible before. We believe in evolution, and we believe that we can evolve from a society that uses war as a way to solve problems to a society that uses dialogue as a way to solve problems. People used to say that throughout history there was always some kind of slavery. There was always one group that was in chains and beholden to another group. Throughout history, it used to be that women were never considered equals to men. Those things have evolved. There's still slavery in some parts of the world, and in many parts of the world there are still women that are not equal. But as part of evolution, that is changing. I think we've been going in the opposite direction when it comes to war. We've been making more and more destructive weapons. We've been killing more and more civilians as part of our modern war making, and that we have to turn that around. So I think we have to have that positive vision that war can be ended, that war is very old-fashioned, and that if we want to be modern people living in a post-war society, that we are the ones that first have to change our mentality to think that war can end, and then to be convincing our governments that can end. One possibility that comes up with this Obama administration is the U.S. adhering to international treaties, and that's a very important part of making war obsolete. If we can sign on to the treaty to stop using cluster bombs, stop using landmines, if we can do our part as part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty to start getting rid of our nuclear weapons, we'll be on the road to a world without war.